Hey guys, Luis Moreno here with Think Medicare, Think ACA. We've got Dalton from RetireFlow. Hey man, what's going on?
Good morning. It's morning for me. I don't know for the ladies and gentlemen who are tuning in at home. Luis just tried to get some coffee, and it sounds like his coffee machine is broken. So this energy that you're witnessing is raw, real energy.
I went in there and they make the coffee, they put it into the little push, but whatever it is, the carafe.
Yeah.
And I go in there and I'm hitting it. I'm like, why is nothing coming out? And then I open it up and they're like, it's gone. I'm like, no wonder. So yeah, pure raw energy right now, guys.
I can feel it. I can
So
feel it all through the computer.
exactly. So here's what we got for you guys today. All right, we're going to be talking about the, I guess I would say maybe their flagship products. We've done videos before. We'll mention it again. Retire Flow for Medicare, Retire Flow for ACA. But now they've got a new product, which I have not even seen. He sent me a video, a link to
Thank
watch it.
you.
I didn't watch it because I was so freaking busy. But so I am going to be experiencing this new product called Splash for the first time here on YouTube with you guys. So with that, Dalton, man, let's check out your new product. And then we'll also talk a little bit about the Retire Flow for Medicare and ACA.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, Luis, thank you for having me on. Can you see my screen okay?
I do. Yes, we can see
Okay.
it just fine.
So, for ladies and gentlemen who are tuning into this, maybe have not heard of RetireFlow before, my name is Dalton. I'm the president and founder of RetireFlow, and we offer surveys for Medicare agents and ACA agents, things that you can send to your clients in advance of a meeting to help collect the data that you need to go out and shop for plans and show up to your meetings prepared. On our Medicare surveys, that includes asking for things like your clients' prescriptions, doctors, hospitals, pharmacies, getting that pesky scope of appointment signed, all taken care of before you've ever met your client. On our ACA product, we ask those same things, but we also ask for who's in the household, income levels, year of enrollment, smoking status, and that one ends with the consent form. And we're a brand new company, and I want to shout out Luis for being progressive and forward thinking and always wanting to bring cool new tools to people. We think that that's us, but I think many folks would agree. But we launched RetireFlow in our surveys in September of 2023. I went around and I didn't know a whole lot of Medicare or ACA agents, and I tried to knock on as many doors as I could, and I got 150 agents to sign up across the country, which was awesome. And we're so proud of that. But we made it our mission in 2024 to bring RetireFlow to as many agents as we humanly possibly could. And Luis helped us do that along with many of our awesome partners. And today we're proud to share that RetireFlow serves just short of 8,000 agents across the country. So we've had some tremendous growth. And the way that we want to say thank you to everybody is by announcing this new tool that we want to make our system better every single day. So how we're saying thank you is by delivering this brand new tool called Splash, which we're going to spend some time talking about today. But I just want to start off by telling everybody thank you. I get to work on this project with my brother and my dad. It's a family business, and I'm really enjoying it. We produced hundreds of thousands of submissions for agents across America last year. On average, each agent got 58 submissions, which that's 58 people they didn't have to listen to try to spell levothyroxine over the phone. So pretty dramatic results there. Countless agents protected against grievances. You know, every submission that comes in, you've got a signed consent form or you've got a signed scope of appointment and a timestamp document that says, here's the information that my client told me about themselves. And so using those compliant documents to back yourself up if a grievance is ever filed against you. So we're very excited. But I just want to give you a
And
little.
Dalton, let me say something about
Sure.
the Retire Flows from Medicare and ACA. I send them out to my clients, and their responses, along with getting the scope or the consent for ACA, it's so easy. It is phone friendly,
Yes.
and you get to send a really cool picture of yourself so they know it's you. That's
Yes.
also pretty cool.
Well, it's important, seniors and anybody who's talking about their health insurance inherently skeptical, and they should be. So we have to be authentic in who we are and who we present ourselves to be to our clients. So, well, it is fun, and the font's big, and the pictures are easy, the buttons are clear. Stuff's really important. And so, thanks for recognizing that. But
Oh yeah.
we developed RetireFlow. I talked about my dad before. I have the privilege of working with him, and he manages an agency in Columbus, Ohio. We've got 25,000 Medicare beneficiaries with an MA or a supplement plan. No PDP. We don't count PDPs in that count. So we got a lot of people we got to serve, and we had a problem that RetireFlow solved. That was the impetus of why we created this. It was to solve the fact that 25,000 people would call us during AEP and try to spell their prescriptions over the phone. It was mind-boggling. It was killing us. And so we just developed RetireFlow to remediate that issue, and we did. And it helped solve the same problem for the entire industry. But
guys, I've got a community of ACA and Medicare agents that we're putting together. 25 years in business is what I'm going to be sharing with you. We're going to be talking about client quotes and client scenarios. We're going to let you tell us your scenario, and we're going to tell you what we would do. We're going to have a monthly mastermind outside of AEP and OEP, and a weekly mastermind during those same time periods. We're going to share with you our lead gen resources and our ad templates so that you can generate more leads. We're going to share with you a terminology PDF with all the acronyms for Medicare and ACA. And AI. AI is huge. We're going to share with you how we use AI in our business. We're going to be hosting workshops on how to run a business, how to handle taxes and your financials. We're going to do carrier-specific trainings. We're going to help you with certification and with all the compliance that we have to deal with ACA and Medicare. And finally, tech tools. We're going to share with you all the tech tools that we use and get you discounted rates. And huge money maker for us is the ancillary sales. We're going to share with you how we sell the ancillary products to Medicare and ACA clients. Guys, come join us at the community, a community of ACA and Medicare agents, and we'll show you how to grow.
We don't just have problems at our agency. We also do a couple things well. And I listed those 4 there. There's a reason why we got so many people, and it's because we've grown organically through referrals. The warm and fuzziest lead is the person who's sitting in front of you. And I'll skip down to number 4. And not to say that buying leads is bad. Actually, there are great lead vendors out there and people who provide those types of services. But we've never bought a lead at our home agency. Never once. Never once. Which is pretty, I think, unique in this space. And so we've really boiled it down to, okay, if 67% of all of our new clients, 67% come from referral. So if we're going to sit in front of, we work with about 200 Medicare beneficiaries every month, and some ACA beneficiaries as well. 140 of them came from a client referral. And so we wanted to develop a system to help agents capture some of that same energy, some of that same effectiveness. So, and then also on top of that, we've built an online presence in our community. We're predominantly in Central Ohio, and when people Google us, they find good news about us. They see that agents in their neighborhoods, or not agents, beneficiaries in their neighborhoods have worked with us before and validate us and say, oh, I worked with agent so and they helped me get this figured out. And so we built trust and reputation in our community, and it's paid off. And it helps us stick out from the bad actors in our industry. The Joe Namaths, the Medicare Marthas, the Dynamite JJ Walkers. I'm so sick and tired of these commercials. And even I think that list of bad actors in our communities is growing and maybe taking new shapes. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But as the important thing for agents is we have to stick out. We have to tell our communities why you should work with us, or else we're either going to get automated out or people are going to choose an alternative path. We have to tell people why you should work with us. And I know that this stuff is important. I often talk about this is before every time and Luis, I'm sure you can relate. Anytime I go to a new restaurant, I'm going to Google it beforehand, right? I'm going to find out, does it have 5 stars or not? I might even look at the menu while I'm there, but I'm not, if it's got 2 stars, I ain't going to go, So we wanted to develop something that kind of brings that to agents. So we're proud to introduce our brand new tool, Splash, because we believe in what agents do. And here's what Splash is. It is a brand new star review and referral system that's for agents by agents. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the nitty gritty of that, because those are 2 really important things, but how do they work together? But I think the most important thing about this tool, and for anybody who's watching this, whether you work with RetireFlow or not, it's totally and completely free at absolutely no cost, no strings attached, no nothing. If you're watching this for the first time, you never heard about RetireFlow, you can come on and join our system at no cost and utilize this tool. It's totally free because we believe in what you do as an agent. So let's get into it. What do you get? What is Splash? You get a brand new website, webpage, retireflow.com/splash/you. So in Luis's case, it could be retireflow.com/splash/LM or /Luis, whatever you want. And I'm going to show you mine right now. I've got it pulled up. So this is what your Splash page looks like. It has 2 primary pieces of functionality, those referrals and those reviews, which I'm going to talk about. But we're going to aggregate all of those star reviews that you've collected, and we're going to post them on your brand new Splash page, where everybody's going to be listed there talking about your services. You're going to be able to publicly list all of your contact information, your state licenses, your bio about yourself, and you've now got a brand new hub that explains, here's what you need to know about me, and the value that I can provide as an agent. And there's 2 buttons here, and we're going to get into the functionality here in just a second. So let's first start by talking about the reviews. So my Splash page, retireflow.com/Dalton or /splash/Dalton, you can go check it out today, and you can go on and see all of my reviews and what people have to say about me. We're going to ask, what did Agent Luis help you with? Did he help you with ACA, Medicare Advantage, supplement, Part D? Did he help you with life insurance or long-term care or final expense or wealth management, whatever? And then we're going to ask what your clients have to say about you. And then we're going to feature or post all of those to your agent dashboard on retireflow.com, where you have 3 primary pieces of functionality with those reviews. You can do stuff with them. You can actually do a lot with them, and stay tuned. I think you're going to be shocked. You can verify them. You can tell the world, these are my clients. I verify this person. This person's legit. I can feature up to 3. So if you got 3 really, really good ones, you can post them up to the top. And you can also hide them if you get a spam one or somebody writes you a nasty gram who's not your client, which sometimes happens. People get confused online. You can always hide those star reviews. But
and that's good. I would tell you that's a good feature, Dalton, because I have over 500 Google reviews. One of them, they gave me a 4-star, and I read the comment, and they're like, "We love you, but we are not too happy with the company." I'm like, well, why? I'm like, really?
Right.
That what they were complaining about was their bill had gone up, and they weren't too happy about the bill, but they were happy with me. And I'm like, so it is a good feature that you're able to at least hide the ones that are not favorable.
So you said you have 500 reviews. Where are they?
On Google?
On Google, huh? Well, yeah. RetireFlow is not the only one in the review game. We are proud to share that RetireFlow and Google Business have teamed up and integrated.
Really? I like this. I was about to ask you. Can this link to Google?
It sure can. So if you have a Google Business account, you can integrate these 2, which is very, very, very cool. And I couldn't be more excited about it. So in Luis's case, he already got 500 reviews. Luis is going to start his RetireFlow Splash page with those 500 reviews. when you integrate your Google business account, we're going to pull all those reviews in so you can publicly list them. But also you can drive your clients to leave you a review on Google. We know that these are so important because they boost your SEO, your searchability as an agent. So when people Google Medicare in Houston, Texas, you're going to show up at a higher percentage. So very, very cool. If you don't have a Google business account, that's okay. You can still use regular RetireFlow reviews, but you can determine how often you want to send people over to Google to leave you a review over there. So very, very cool functionality built right in at no additional cost.
So is it a two-way street between the RetireFlow review and Google reviews?
Yes. So if somebody leaves you a review on Google, we pull that back in to your splash page automatically. Okay. Now, if somebody leaves you a review on RetireFlow, we don't require you to sign into Google. So it won't post to Google, but I'm going to talk about that. You can determine the frequency. Most people who have a Google business account want everybody to leave it over on Google because it does such wonders for them. So you can set it up that way. And when they leave them over here on Google, they're going to be automatically pulled back in to Splash. So they get posted in both places, which is pretty cool.
And guys, agents, some agents would be like, is this really important for me? And I was one of those agents. I really was. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, whatever. But what I noticed is that when we took an active approach and asked for Google reviews, our phone volume went up. The search and Google will send you a report every month on your statistics, and year over year, phone volume went up. The website, the clicks, I guess, went up. The finding directions to my office, way up. Okay. And then I think some other interactions. There's a bunch of analytics. But either way, when I see stuff going up, that's a really, really good thing. That means that Google is helping us get out there and getting us free leads. So when I ask my staff, when I have my staff meetings, I'm like, what they're saying is like, yeah, we're getting more and more calls for people wanting insurance, and they're calling us from all over. And what's happening is we're getting them from people moving into San Antonio. So that's how they're searching. They're looking for an agent, and they're putting some keywords in there, and we're popping up, and all because of the Google reviews. And I would also say this, Dalton, I get approached a lot with, I want SEO optimization and blah. I have a friend who does that, and all they're doing is they're getting Google reviews. Yeah, I don't know what else, because you can't manipulate the Google search.
Nope.
It's the reviews. And so you're already doing your own SEO optimization and getting you up on that search engine.
Yeah. And I just, for folks at home who are watching this, like, people say SEO and it's a big, scary word. I mean, it's just like, get more people to review you on Google and you will come up higher in a search. And I just think that this tool is literally completely free. I mean, there's no strings attached. So very excited about this, and it's already done wonders. We were paying for a tool that did this at our home agency. We have 356 Google reviews at Seniority Benefit Group. We got those by paying for a service that does very similar to what Splash does, but it costs $150 a month. And we put that system to bed. We use Splash now. So very, very cool integration there. If you don't have one, consider setting one up. I'm actually going to be doing probably some videos on how to set up a Google business account. And maybe Luis, you and I can work on that together. That'd be a fun project for us. But regardless, very cool functionality. So maybe you use RetireFlow. Maybe you're
you know what? I think that's important, because some of these agents, they're insurance experts. They're not marketing and Google and all that stuff. You got to really know. So I think that would be really good, Dalton, if you can come up with a job aid, maybe a series of steps. Here's which step 1, step 2, step 3, and now you have your Google set up. I think where it might be a problem is a lot of these agents run their business out of their house.
Yeah, because you got to have a street location. That's one of those things. You got to have an office somewhere for people to go. And so, no, 100%. But we can talk about that. I think that's the important thing. It's just so that way people know what are the advantages of this? What do I need to do to get something like this? Because all of this, setting up a Google business account is free, and Splash is free. So it's a cool system. It's just, you got to have the tools to set it up. But if you already have an existing one, it's literally 3 clicks. You say connect Google, you sign in, they're integrated. It's magic. But we're going to collect all these reviews, right? And we're going to store them on your splash page. We're going to help drive them to Google, but we're also going to do some other things with them too. RetireFlow offers surveys. And one great way to drive conversion rates, more people to complete your survey, is we're going to post those reviews, people telling other people how good of a job you're doing right there on your RetireFlow survey as well. So if you have an ACA survey with us, if you have a Medicare survey with us, right before your clients or potential clients are going to answer your survey questions, they're going to see right there on your splash page, hey, here's 100 people, or in Luis's case, 500 people who say this guy's legit. You should feel comfortable working with him. And so what your survey used to look like is over here on the left. I don't want to talk smack about our own platform, but a lot of white space, kind of boring. This is the new and improved RetireFlow with Splash. So think about that. When somebody's about ready to share their sensitive data with you, answer some questions, sign that, disconcerting scope of appointment form, they're going to go, oh, Luis is legit. Agent so-and-so is legit. So you can sort of decorate your survey with the things that speak to what you do. And I think that's a very cool addition to this. Also, by the way, this thing just keeps getting better. We're introducing social media review cards. So let's say somebody left you an awesome review, Luis. Somebody wrote you 2 paragraphs on why you're the best. And I'm sure you got close to 500 of those, right?
I wish.
Yeah. You can download these reviews into a nice, pretty image graphic that you can post on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, social media, whatever. It's going to have your headshot, your logo. It's going to list the review, and it's also going to have your contact information. So if somebody sees that out in the wild and says, oh, wow, this Luis guy seems legit. They've got their contact information right there. So it's designed to be posted and shared and to tell the world, hey, here's what people say about me, and to do so in a professional, not bashful kind of way. So you can download these at any time in your RetireFlow dashboard. Cool. Referrals. Okay, Splash does referrals too. And there's a lot of regulation around TCPA compliance, and that stuff gets a little sticky and boring. And Alex Branding out there does a wonderful job of communicating stuff about TCPA compliance. But RetireFlow offers a free referral system built right in that is TCPA compliant. So here's how it works. You send out your splash page to a client and they say, wow, I really enjoyed working with you, Luis. You were great. I want to refer you to a friend. And if they open this up, they click on send a referral, they have 2 options. They can send a referral via text or send a referral via email. And let's say they click text. It's going to pull in a pre-drafted message that you get to write of your own choosing into that beneficiary's phone automatically. And all that beneficiary has to do is type in their friend's contact right at the top. So you work with Bob Sr. He's your senior client for Medicare. He sends you a referral via text. It's going to pull in a message that's got your contact information in it. And all he's got to do is type in Susie Senior's name right at the top. And he can text that message out or email that message out. It works the same for email. So a very, very cool way to just kind of, put a little grease on the wheels, encouraging people to send out referrals for you. It's the best lead in the game. It's warm, fuzzy. It came from a friend. It didn't come from you. It didn't come from RetireFlow. It came from the person they trust. And that person gets to decide if they send that out or not, which I think they certainly will. And early signs show Splash has been live for a week, and it's been referral bonanza on there. So take part in it.
Go right back. I mean, and I know we're getting a lot of not heat, but I would say a lot of concern with agents now with being compliant.
Sure.
This is, since you're not sending it, it's a good thing.
Your clients get to decide if they want to refer you or not. You're just going to help them, give them an easy way to do it. And we recognize that there's a seasonality to the ACA business, to the life insurance business, to the Medicare business. And there might be certain times where you want reviews, and there might be certain times where you want referrals. So let's say it's January. It's January when you and I are taping this. You can send this out with the review pop-up first. So you just helped a bunch of people during AEP or OEP, and you want to send something out to your clients that says, hey, I really appreciate a review right now. You can send it. It's still your splash page, but with the review ask pre-popped up. But let's say it's July and you're trying to get ready for AEP or OEP, and you want to encourage your people to refer you out. You can send it out with the referral pop-up popped up first. Make that ask first. It's still your splash page back there, like in the background. All they have to do is close it out to see it. But you can kind of encourage people to go down one path or the other to get the thing that you want them to do, which I think is pretty cool functionality on top of this. So people often ask me, Luis, like, how do I send this thing out? How do I get it to my people? And I want to make it super clear. You get a link. In your case, it's retireflow.com/splash/Luis. And you can text it, email it. We give you a free QR code that you can put on your print materials, send it out in a letter or on your business card. You can put it on your website, link it out there, drop it in a workflow or an automation, maybe out of Agent CRM or one of the other awesome CRMs that exist. But the secret is just don't be bashful. Just tell people what you hope they do for you. Hey, I give you a little example here on the left. This is if I had just worked with the client. Hey, so great to meet you, Susie Senior. Helping you and your husband was great. Would really appreciate it if you left me a review. Click here, and here's where to go. Do the same thing via email. But we've seen agents, literally Splash has been live for 1 week. 1 week. We've helped agents capture 10,000 star reviews of their services in 7 days. Because you know what they did? They took the Splash link and they sent an email to their book of business through a constant contact and said, hey, so proud to serve you. Would really appreciate a review. And they're capturing referrals off of it. So it's a totally free, no strings attached system to help us speak up for who we are and what we do. And the last thing I'll share is who's this for? It's for everybody. It's not just for Medicare and ACA agents, life insurance agents, group, final expense, long-term care, wealth managers, financial planners. We list over here on the right side all the things that you can tell people that you're licensed with, so that way you can advertise your services and tell people compliantly what you do. We're also adding things to this list every single day. If you're an agent out there who sells an insurance policy that I'm unaware of, I'll add it to the list. Please reach out to us at RetireFlow. But it's for anybody to use. It's not just for our usual users, our Medicare and ACA agents, but this tool is for everybody. And I hope it's indicative of some of the things that we might have coming here at RetireFlow. So our only ask, sign up, use your Splash, send to your clients, tell your friends about it. If you know another agent, if you are an agency that has 10 agents, set up 10 splashes. They're free. Who cares? And it's just a great way to go out and tell your story. You can connect your Google business account to all of them. So very, very cool functionality. And let me show folks where to sign up for it. It's as simple as going to retireflow.com, pressing the big blue Get Started button right in the center. You set up your account with us. Setting up an account is free. As of January 23rd, by the way, you do have to put your credit card in to start an account, but we're actually going to change that so anybody can come in. You would not get charged, by the way, if you just set up a Splash page, of course. We're very clear about that, but we're going to make RetireFlow free entry. Come on board, create your account, make your splashes. And by the way, you should consider one of our game-changing surveys. And Luis, before I get into that, any questions or thoughts before we talk about our bread and butter, which Splash is free. Imagine how cool our very affordable paid products are.
No, I was about to ask you, how much is Splash?
Yeah.
But it's free.
$0.99, $0. I mean, I can't be clear about it. It's free for everybody.
Man, super. So why wouldn't you want to do it? So, and let me tell you, agents, let me tell you one more time. Okay. You know, you got to get out there because these seniors, I mean, even myself, you know, I was in Houston for a volleyball tournament and we're out to lunch, find a restaurant, and I'm literally looking at the stars of the reviews. I mean, I never used to do that. I do that for everything now. I'm always looking. And so if you have no presence out there and you're being shopped with another agent who has somewhat of a presence, you're going to lose out. That's number one. So you're going to lose out. And then let's, you know, so that's my take on it, guys. You start doing this. You got to elevate your game. What I see out there in our industry is a lot of agents, but they're kind of, I would call it maybe living or participating in an amateur hour. In other words, they're still running emails with John Smith Insurance at gmail.com. I'm like, oh, come on. Go buy you a domain, get you a professional email, and then have a website. I'm trying to bring a website guru to come in and help create some templated agent websites for ACA and Medicare for agents where you can at least have a presence, but now you can utilize this to help boost your presence. Get out there.
Not to say that you shouldn't do that, Luis. There's a lot of great website vendors out there, but get your splash page. It's a great start.
Yeah.
It's got
you can at least start on it. Exactly. Start with this, and you can have your domain point to this, and this can be your page at least for now. But super cool. And then don't forget, guys, the flagship products for RetireFlow. I use them. Okay. And what it is you get a link. Okay. You take that link and you send it to your client. So this is the Medicare? This is the Medicare one. Well, why don't we?
Yeah. So I'd love to show them 100%. Just so we have a couple of different surveys that we offer. We got one for Medicare, one for ACA. Our Medicare one is compliant with HPMS guidelines and CMS guidelines, and this is where we were born. I talked about the 7,000 agents, 8,000 agents who use us. This is what they use, and it's totally changed the game for their businesses. You send a link, and in Luis's case, retireflow.com/Luis. You send it to your client in advance of a meeting, and you say, "Hey, I got 9 questions for you." And when they answer those 9 questions, you capture these 3 things. A list of that client's drugs, doctors, hospitals, pharmacies. Those drugs are spelled correctly every single time. Dosage, quantity, frequency, package, brand of the generic. You know all the stuff that you could ever possibly want to know about somebody to go out and do plan research, go out and run quotes in an enrollment tool or with the carriers or at Medicare.gov, whatever you want to do. You also achieve permission to contact because our service is compliant. And then lastly, you get a compliant 48-hour scope in advance. Immediately, you're notified as the agent. You go onto retireflow.com. You get a nice, pretty report that you can manipulate, twist, leave yourself notes on, do whatever you want, and go out and run those quotes. Same works for ACA.
Okay, hold on, Dalton. Let's go back to the Medicare one.
Okay, yeah.
So,
get excited.
I think an agent may be like, well, what's the big deal? I can just collect this at the time of the appointment. Okay, I can collect the docs. I can collect the prescriptions. Yes, you can, guys. But the advantage here is that your appointment has to be set 48 hours in advance. You got 2 days to get your ducks in a row. Okay, at this point, you've got this data at your pace. Now you can start researching and building a plan of action for your client. Okay. Now, one thing, and this is maybe a recommendation. I don't know if we can do this, Dalton. Do it live here with you, man. Is there an opportunity to put in there if they have a current plan and who they're with?
Stay tuned. I will tell you that asking about plan-specific information is a little dicey because sometimes compliance officers get a little funny about that. But we are working on something that would help you capture that information. So not only when you walk in the door are you going to know this stuff, later this year anticipates a question being added to the survey that would help you capture data like that.
Okay. Which I think is super cool. If you're dealing with somebody new to Medicare, well, they don't have anything. So you go to work, find them the best plan that captures their doctors and their meds, hospitals and pharmacies. Everything's in network. But if they already have an existing plan, well, like for us agents, it's valuable to know what we're up against. If we're up against plan A, well, now I'm going to try and see how I can improve plan A and see if I can do something better with B, C, or D. It would also be nice to find out what their pain points are with plan A. So even if you elaborate, maybe there's a
that one I'll be straight up. I had something like this in there, and it was that part was taken out. But
okay, well,
when you start getting into benefits, it's there are some pretty stringent guidelines on that, but it's not worth, or it's still worth us chasing. We're going to continue to make this thing better. We're actually hopefully going to be introducing a series of questions, maybe even giving agents the opportunity to put their Calendly link at the end of the survey, so that way your beneficiaries can just go schedule an appointment right after they give you the data that they need, setting it so it only goes 48 hours after.
Right.
So stay tuned on that. I'm just saying,
guys, so capturing this data beforehand. So let's say you don't know what the plan is. Well, at least you can run this against your list of carriers. You go to your top tier carrier number one, and this is who you're going to go check, and you find out, okay, well, which doctors are in and out of network, which meds are in the formulary. Same thing with hospitals and pharmacies. And at least you can run it up against your own personal lineup. That way, when you get to the appointment, if you can't capture their pain point and who they're with, where you're that far ahead of the game, when you are visiting with them and you find out, oh, I've got plan A. Well, Mrs. Jones, tell me,
right,
what's your issue with plan A? Why am I here?
Right.
Okay. What's not working for you? What would you want to improve on your plan? And let me see if I can solve that. And now you listen to those pain points, and now you look and say, like, you know what? Okay, I think I can solve it with, not B, but I can solve it with C.
Sure.
And you're already ready. You already know with C.
Yeah.
What doctors are in the network, and you're ready to, which medicines are covered in the formulary. I mean, you're already that far ahead of the game. So, guys, wondering why this is important, I just told you. This is why it's super important.
Agreed. And these surveys are white labeled. Okay, they don't say like some other entity, or it doesn't say RetireFlow. We put the RetireFlow one just up there. It's got your logo in the top left, your headshot. You're going to guide them through the survey, offering helpful thoughts and guidance throughout, and saying, hey, I'm Luis. I'm asking you these questions to provide you with plan options. So you're going to be transparent, but in a thoughtful, delightful, positive way, rather than, I need your stuff beforehand. Imagine, I often liken our surveys to when you go to the doctor, they make you fill out that big, long, ugly clipboard in advance while you're sitting there waiting for the doctor's appointment. This is like that, but in a pretty easy, simple way. You send a link to your clients. It works on their phone, works on their iPad, works on their computer, wherever it is. It automatically translates into Spanish at no additional cost. There's a little Espanol button in the top right corner, and it flips over to Spanish. It's designed for agents to just get prepared for their meetings. And we not only do this with Medicare. Medicare is certainly our bread and butter, but our ACA survey is nails. It is absolutely nails. It captures 5 things: who's in the house, dependent information, their respective drugs, doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies, their smoking status, income level, and it ends with that consent form, which, Luis, I've heard you talk about this. Capturing that consent form is so important, especially with growing regulation in this space. When people complete this, you're going to show up to every meeting with that already filled out. And so it's just a great way to make sure that, if somebody ever called upon you 2 years from now to say, hey, I need a consent form for this person who filed a grievance against you, you've got it right here in your RetireFlow dashboard, saved forever. It's a great way to just have that backup feeling to say, okay, well, I had my clients complete this in advance, and now I show up prepared.
You want to know everything about ACA or Medicare? Click up here to get my ACA and Medicare Smart Books. Well, and Dalton, now here's what I'm going to say about the consent form in the ACA arena. It's life or death. Okay. It's whether you're going to survive or not. It's whether you're going to proceed to continue to sell ACA in the future or not. Because as soon as there's a complaint out there, the very first question that you're going to get from whomever is handling that complaint is, provide me the consent form. Okay, there's a whole series of questions you're going to get, and I see them because I deal with it with my agents out there. But you got to have that consent, and if you don't have that consent ready to go, at that point you're like, you're stepping out of the gate already. Wrong. You're going in the wrong direction, and that's only half of the equation, guys. Okay, the consent form is the beginning that allows you to get going on this thing. And remember, in the ACA world, not only do we have to get consent, but then right before you submit that application, you have to get confirmation that all the data that you entered is accurate. You don't have any typos. They didn't miss anything. They told you, 30,000 and you put 35 or 25, whatever, everything is validated by you sending that to the insured and them saying, yes, I confirm that all this information is accurate, and then you proceed. And RetireFlow for ACA is solving half of that. And again, why is this important? Now, we don't have a 48-hour rule in ACA. In ACA, you capture this thing on the spot while you're doing the application, but then you get all the meds. And I will tell you, man, I feel a lot of pain when somebody tries to spell a med. Oh my God. I'm like, oh, so they're going, I'm just like, you know what I do now? Or not now, but before RetireFlow is I'll be like, you know what? Stop. Send me a freaking picture. Take the medication. Because I got hearing problems too. I spent 8 years in the tank. Probably the majority of the problem, it's me. And I miss hearing. But I'm like, you know what? Send me
a picture. Go to your cabinet and send me a picture. No more, yes. No more. And by the way, I mean, not to say that so if you're not doing that appropriately, there's some serious security concerns with that because there's a lot of PHI, and it's a great way to do this. And it's delightful. It's easy for them to enter. And what's neat about our ACA form is because you capture all this information on the dependents as well, you also might find out there's somebody else in that household that you get to serve that you didn't know was in there. And I want to go back just briefly to our the scope of appointment and the consent form. Mm-hmm. RetireFlow also offers, while all these questions are great and offering, answering these questions for Medicare are great, we also offer solo scopes and solo consent forms. So if you're like, you know what, I want to go check this out, I want to go add one of those solo consent forms, just because I want to have it as a tool in my toolbox, you can go on and I'll spoil the lead on it. They're $10 a month to have. And with Luis's discount that I'm about to share with you, you get it at 40% off. So they're $5.99, $5.99. It's just a no-brainer way to get, make sure that your compliance stuff is taken care of. You send them a link, it's just the consent form. They fill it out, done. You send them a link, just the scope, fill it out, done. So a cool way to make sure that you're prepared. So how much do these surveys cost? Well, for everybody else that didn't watch this YouTube training, that doesn't work with Luis, it costs $49.99 a month to have a survey. Unlimited sends, unlimited submissions. Doesn't matter how many Susie seniors complete your survey, still $50 a month. But y'all get promo code LM40, all caps, LM40, $29.99, unlimited sends, unlimited submissions. Each survey, so if you get a Medicare one and an ACA one, that's $29.99 twice. But it's just a no-brainer way to show up to every meeting prepared. And not to mention, you get to show off your splash in the process. I mean, this is what your survey is going to look like when they show up. I mean, they're going to see that and they're going to go, oh, I'm in good hands here. I know I'm working with the right person. So with promo code LM40, and I'll even speak out of turn here for Luis. You know, this is not some like promotional thing that we have where Luis gets paid every time somebody uses his promo code. You know, he's just bringing this to you because he wants to bring thoughtful technology to agents. And so we're really excited about that. By the way, those solo scopes, solo consent forms, I don't have it listed on here, but those are $9.99 a month. And your promo code applies. So those are $6 a month to go on and add those. Get your free splash while you're at it. You don't have to have a survey to have splash. But
this video is being sponsored by Agent CRM. Agent CRM is a CRM that I use for my agency for every line of business: auto, home, life, commercial, Medicare, and ACA. It should be the CRM that you use too. Click up here to get some more information.
It's the reason we want to share this with you is just because it works. It's a no-brainer thing. You send it to people and you capture the data you need. I mean, if anybody's curious about RetireFlow and whether or not these surveys are effective, Google it. I'll ask an agent that you know. Our reputation is strong because we made everybody's AEPs and OEPs better. Look, life is too short to listen to these people on the phone all day long, go fumble through their drug cabinet. Allow them to complete this, and while they're comfortable in their home. They don't want to do that over the phone. You know, they don't want. That's a hard process for them. They want to take their time with it, and RetireFlow allows for that. So we're incredibly excited. The secret in all of this is just go to retireflow.com and set up your account. Press this big blue Get Started button right in the center. I ask you a couple of questions about yourself and your agency. Right now, you are required to put a credit card in. We're going to take that off. But even if you see this in the next couple of days, just know that if you want to just set up Splash, you can. It's totally free. It says that on there, but I just want to give everybody just a transparent warning. But go to retireflow.com, set up your account, use promo code LM40, all caps, and get all of our surveys, even the ones that we're coming out with in the future, 40% off. So,
hey Dalton, I love the fact I'm working on it right now. My wife came in here and took my phone from me, so I can't get my 6-digit code. But I'm assuming that once you log in, you'll have the ability to set up Splash on the login.
Yes. So when you log into your account, this is what it looks like. His says "Welcome, Luis," and then over here this big green new tag that says Splash.
There it is. Okay.
Splash pages, and you add a splash page. That's it. And what that looks like, it's super easy. Give us your headshot, your logo. We give you a little preview of what it's going to look like. I don't have 28 reviews. This is just a preview. But you know, you put your desired URL, you type in your bio, your phone number, your email, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your address. You put in your NPN, you tell us about the stuff that you're licensed to sell, headshot, logo. Tell us who you want to be notified. You put an email in there for notifications. Say, hey, you just got a new review. Immediately deliver it to your email. Connect your surveys if you have any. Connect your Google business account. Done. Most of these agents.
It is perfect. I was about to hit you there. Okay, I like it.
Yeah. And then you get to choose how often you send people over to Google or ask people to leave you a review on RetireFlow. I see agents do all Google, more Google. Remember, it's a little easier to capture a RetireFlow review, but it doesn't boost your SEO. So it's kind of you get to make that determination yourself as to how often you want to send people over to Google or keep people on your RetireFlow splash page. So
gotcha.
Save it. You're done. That's it. All this is customizable, by the way. Let's say you're unhappy with the total number of ratings that you have. You're like, I want to get this up. You can hide that statistic underneath advanced settings. And even choose your own referral message down here as well. So, you know, maybe if you're a Spanish agent and you don't like what we've written for you, you want to write it in Spanish, whatever. You want to highlight something that you're doing, you got 500 characters right there that you can do that with. Customize that referral message as well.
I'd keep it super simple with your contact information and just wait for that person to call you.
That no-brainer stuff. Agreed 100%.
I like it. Well, super cool. Guys, don't forget, use my promo code. Yes, I don't get a cut. This is really for you guys. You get a discount on the products. I love the ease, the professional, I guess, the link that you're going to be sending to your clients. And the big key here, guys, is that it's mobile friendly. I think when you look at statistics, is not that much is being done on a desktop. It's all mobile. Okay. And I
65%.
love the way it looks on the phone.
65% of the hundreds of thousands of submissions that RetireFlow processes took place on a smartphone.
Yep. So it's a good thing that it is very mobile. It's mobile friendly. So take advantage of it, guys. It'll, one of the things that I've heard agents doing is they'll take this link and they'll just do a mass email to their book of business. Hey, it's AEP time. Fill this out. You're compliant with the SOA. You're booking out appointments after that 48 hours, and you start doing your reviews and do your thing. Wow, pretty cool, man. Here's my opinion of Splash. I think it's huge, man. I didn't know what it was about, but I think that it's huge. I think that you agents need to elevate your game. Okay, get it up there with the big boys. Get out there and get some Google reviews. If you work from home, you can't do Google, but then you just do it all on Splash. No big deal. But you'll have a presence out there that you can let your insureds know about you. Something. Give them something, and it's totally free. I like that, man. Free. Can't go wrong with that.
I asked Luis, I said, I want your honest opinion at the end of this. So that seems like it. And I'm very excited. And I want to thank you just for all the work you do, all the education you give to agents, just because you care and you want to tell people about, how we can be better. The more we stick together as agents and tell our story, the less likelihood that we're either going to get automated out of the business or we're going to get regulated out. So we have to differentiate ourselves for who we are, tell our story, build our reputations, and Splash is a totally free way to do it. So we're really, really excited about it. And Luis, thank you for the time.
Take advantage of it, guys. Hope this was super helpful. Don't forget, this is what my ask of you all. Number one, go give it a try. Okay. And utilize it. Okay. Secondly, make sure that you comment down below, guys. I'm the only one that responds to comments, and I watch them because I get an email that says you just got to comment. So I click on it and I do respond. Okay. Like this video, give me a thumbs up. I got to get the algorithm of YouTube to push it out there to agents. And if you're a subscriber, thank you. But if you're not a subscriber, the heck are you waiting for, man? Click that little subscribe button. Join us. I'd love to have you guys. And this is one of the tools that helps me become a better, more efficient agent. As I've got a pretty big book and I don't want to keep hiring people because that's going to eat into my profits. This is one tool that allows me to stay ahead of the game. So I highly recommend it. Take advantage of it, guys. Dalton, thank you for your time, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Luis. Subscribe. You got it down there. Yeah.
It'll be down there. I'll put the link down there for you to get this. I'll put the discount code so you can get it at a discounted price and take advantage of it. Thanks again, guys.